Welcome back, everybody, to a brand new FTB Infinity on Expert Mode, Evolved, of course, with yours truly, me. Hi, how's it going? How are you doing today? You know, I've just been plugging along like no tomorrow, and silly me and my manners. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are having a great and fantastic December. Anyways, let's carry on. There's a few things that I want to get going today, and quite a few things actually. So one of the first things that we're going to need is a machine chassis for an Ender IO machine right over here. And this is going to be the painting machine. Painting machine is a pretty darn cool block by Ender IO. And it really kind of just does cool things. Now what it does is it will paint any block to appear like any other block. So you could paint, for example, you know, something like wood to be glass. Just as an example. You can paint, you know, posts to be, or fences to be spruce fences, all that kind of stuff. What's that? You want silverwood fences? Well, you could make silverwood fences in the painting machine, okay? But the main purpose that I'm doing it for is because I want to make some travel anchors. Now, a couple episodes ago, I made the staff of traveling, and I mentioned that these travel anchors are going to be key in kind of getting around somewhat, all right? So I kind of prepped everything. These guys are kind of a pain to make. Stone dust is only acquired through the thermal centrifuge. For me, I just used the cobblestone right there in it to get more stone dust. So it's not overly difficult, but you do need the thermal centrifuge available to you. And then other than that, the compressed sawdust we've already gone over, and some electrical steel. So it's pretty expensive actually. But a couple travel anchors. Now what I want to do with these is I want to take a grass block. And what we're going to do is we're going to head on over to the painting machine, and we're going to put the grass block in the painting section, and we're going to paint these travel anchors. Now what's this going to do is it is going to make the travel anchors be grass. Yeah, pretty straightforward, right? So they are basically going to be grass blocks. So we can input them into our base in multiple different locations just because we can. So for example, like, oh wait, that was a carpenter, wasn't it? Hold on. Boom. Boom. Okay. So for example, maybe right here. Oh, no. Give me that back. So for example, right here. So as you can see, it turned up as a plain old grass block. But if we hold our travel anchor, we can now teleport there. Yeah, how sweet is that? And then let's do the next one here, upstairs. Okay. Now elevators are cool and everything. Don't get me wrong, they really are. But yeah, there's something to be said about these travel anchors. Even if you stand on them without the travel anchor, boom, you can now teleport between them, even if you don't have the staff on you. Sweet, right? I know. So, I mean, there's two nice travel anchors right there. So now we can actually see them, and if we're in our little storage room here, we can be like, oh, I gotta go upstairs. Oh, let's head on down, right? Oops, I clicked on the travel anchor. That's going to be a bit of a problem, but that's okay. And I also want to put one, of course, in our storage room here. So now we can kind of just be, bam. Of course, the jetpack's kind of annoying with it, but... And we can just kind of zoom around the base, doing whatever we want to do, okay? It's very nice, very useful, very handy. The next one that I would like to do is in the Thaumcraft room. Now, we're going to get more of these over time, of course, but for right now, this should do the job. Yeah, so there you go. We can teleport right down to our machine room, and then we can zoom right on over into our storage room. Perfect. That's all I wanted. That's all I wanted. Same thing now. We can now zoom all the way up to our Thaumcraft and all the way back down to our storage room. And, of course, because we have our wireless charger continually charging our Staff of the Traveling whenever we get back down here, you see that took, you know, 12,000 RF. Whereas we zoom back, let's go into the machine room, and away you go. Now, the other thing, you probably saw it there, when you right-click on it with the Staff of the Traveling, you can actually change things. You can identify, you can put an item on there to make it labeled type thing. So, pretty useful overall. What else? Oh, the Ender. Yes, I found one of these in a dungeon. The Ender. Nice little sword by Ender.io. I want to see what we can do with it, though. So I'm going to make a vibrant crystal. So if you see here, you can hold shift, and it says Anvil upgrades empowered. Vibrant crystal plus 10 levels. So that would basically give this energy. So let's get a vibrant crystal and an anvil, and let's combine those and see what happens. So once it's empowered, it has 100,000 RF. 50% of the damage, or, you know, you're attacking, is absorbed by the power. Okay, very nice. That seems good. Plus 2 damage when it's powered. That's good. Increased... So normally it has increased skull and ender pearl drops. When it's empowered, Endermen can't teleport once they're hit. That's pretty nice. And, of course, wireless chargers just going to zoom that guy up with power as well. Now, we can go the next level as well, and let's try it. There's a few other things that you can get with this setup, as long as you keep on going here. So, let's upgrade it again. Boom, just like so. And empowered 2, now we're going to get 150 power and 60% damage absorbed. That's not bad. And then basically, we're going to work our way up. We can also do a double layer. We actually have one right here. We have quite a few. And of course, we have tons of levels, so I'm not too concerned. So that'll give us up to 250 RF. Very nice. Still not a ton of damage, though. I was kind of hoping that we're going to get some more damage. But, you know, it's one of those things. The last one is an octatic to get empowered 4. I would really like to put that on here, actually. So let's do that as well. What is in the middle again of that? The octatic. Is it one of these? I think so. I think it's one of those. Okay, it's like this, and like this, and this. Yeah, octatic. Okay, good. I'm remembering recipes now, finally. So boom, and we'll get up to empowered 4. Very good. Okay, so that now holds 1,000,000 RF. Nice, right? 95% of it's going to come from the power, so pretty much 100. We're going to get increased skull drops. We're going to get increased ender pearl drops, all that kind of stuff. It's a pretty good setup for now. Now, the other thing that you can get with it is the travel. So the Staff of the Traveling, which is a great little staff, we could actually get an ender crystal and upgrade our sword to do the same thing. So a vibrant... What is up with the pink? A vibrant crystal with a soul vial of enderman, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Okay, I have to find an enderman. Do we still have our soul vial somewhere? I bet you we do. It's probably somewhere. And that's going to lead me into my next setup. Oh, by the way, I made a stack, 2 stacks of all of these. Because, yeah, that was ridiculous. Alright, so I do have the soul vial. Let me get the vibrant crystal that we need. And nighttime's approaching. I'm going to get ourselves an enderman. And we'll be back. Alrighty, and we're getting our ender crystal, so we're going to upgrade this guy to the travel. Now, one of the best things about this upgrade is we have 1,000,000 RF on the sword compared to the staff that only has 250. So it's kind of nice to have a pretty good idea, okay? So we'll do this, boom, and now if you hold down shift, you can now teleport to all of the same anchors as you could with the Staff of Traveling. Very nice. Now, obviously, we can still upgrade this with enchants and stuff like that, and there's a few things that I want to set up for that down the road, for sure. to get more damage. You know, something like sharpness 5 on there would be quite nice to increase that damage quite a bit. But not a bad little melee weapon, and it's also very useful for our mobile and transportation and all that kind of stuff. So really happy with that guy. Let's see, what else do I have prepared? I don't even remember anymore. There's so many things. Oh yes, I saw something over here. Aha! Yes, I found a few more necrotic bones. I went down to the nether and did a little hunting, and I prepared up our red heart canisters. So we can kind of just take this even a little bit further and get ourselves up to 18 hearts. Sadly, that is all of my necrotic bones, though. I need to farm some more. But maybe the sword and this will help that out. We definitely need to get looting on the ender sword as well. That would be awesome. What else do we have prepared? There's another one. I know there is. There it is. The ore washing plant. Yes, this is from Industrial Craft 2. A couple of electric motors, an electronic circuit, basic machine frame, you name it. Pretty straightforward recipe. And we're just going to make this guy and basically put it down right here. Now, this guy does require water. So just like the canning machine in regards to the enriched, whatever it was, the upgrades, this guy, IC2 coolant, it's also going to require water. And this is called an ore washing plant. So one of the things about the ore washing plant is it's actually pretty darn good. It gives you a little bit more of an upgrade on your crushed ores. So if you're running a macerator as your main breakdown material or anything like that, that's going to improve that quite nicely. Oh, pardon me. Big sneeze. Oh dear. That was a huge sneeze. I apologize. Holy cow, that sneeze. But yeah, so this is going to allow us to wash our ores a little bit more. So, for example, if we get some uranium, yeah, you see where we're going with this, don't you? And we need to have the crushed uranium ore. So we're still going to use the rock crusher because I really don't want to make a macerator at this point in time. Just saying. Really don't want to. We'll just keep it like this. But your crushed uranium here from Industrial Craft 2 can then go in this ore washing plant. What? Yeah, there we go. It's starting to wash. It does take a certain amount of time. Now, of course, we could power it up with some overclockers and stuff like that, and we probably will eventually. But for right now, this should be more than enough. So we're going to just do this, and we'll wash them. Now, the difference being, the crushed uranium ore, when you thermal centrifuge it, you get 4 uranium, 1 tiny pile, and 1 stone. Okay, now with the purified crushed uranium, and you got lead from it and some stone dust, you're now going to get 5 and 2. So you still get the stone dust, but in the ore washing stage. And then you've also added 1 uranium and 1 tiny pile of uranium. And when all things shake out and you get a little bit of lead out of it too, that's a pretty good deal. Pretty good trade. But when all things shape out, you really are gaining just that 1 to 1 point, 1 and a ninth more uranium from every crushed uranium. So if you're having difficulty with uranium, definitely get the ore washing plant and get that ready to go. Let's just sleep off this nighttime here. And okay, so next step. We're getting the purified crushed uranium, and we can basically put that in the thermal centrifuge, and it'll start doing its thing, right? Pretty straightforward. Now, I want to just do a quick swap of our armor into our hazmat suit, because uranium is trouble. Definite trouble. Okay? Don't want to pick that up without your hazmat suit on, unless you like to die. I mean, if that's your MO. Okay, now one of the things that we're going to need is, I'm going to start making the uranium stuff for a nuclear reactor from Industrial Craft. So I need a fuel rod of uranium. Okay, very nice, right? And this guy, we need to use the canning machine of enriched uranium nuclear fuel. So that's 6 uranium and 3 of those tiny piles into a fuel rod, which is just an iron plate on an extruding. Okay. Yeah, let's get a few of these. I have a feeling we're going to need a few. So we'll put that to extruding. We'll get that going as well. The purified, we can throw that in there. We're doing good overall. It should be just fine across the board, power-wise, and you name it. So there gives us the fluid rods, and we can put these up in our canning machine, and we have it on the canning mode now. So it shouldn't use this water. It's looking for something to be here to fill that rod with, okay? I should probably take that out. That's really not needed to be in there at all, period. I'm not a big fan of some of the IC2 upgrades. The other thing that was pointed out to me a while ago, and let's just do a quick swap here. The other thing that was pointed out to me a while ago by a viewer, I can't remember the name, but really do appreciate it, is IC2 machines don't seem to explode when given the wrong power. So this is outputting at 128 EU per tick, and these machines are only supposed to handle 32. So, and they're not exploding. I did a quick test in Creative, and even with an MFSU and glass fiber cables and the most that you can get, there was still no explosion. So probably a good way to go overall if you can get there. So let's put back on our hazmat suit so that we don't run into trouble. And let's take out some of this uranium and the tiny piles. Okay, so we're going to make the enriched uranium. Boom. Oh god, that gave me a lot more than I thought. Okay. Do we need some sort of a container for this? I didn't really think about that. Can you just store it in a chest? I don't know for sure. Probably would have been a good idea to double check this first of all. But it's one of those things. I'll double check it. I think it would be fine. I don't see why you'd need anything special. Radiation. Pfft, come on. Who cares about that, right? Containment box. Oh, really? Maybe we should make one of those. Just maybe. Alright, it's fine though. We still have our hazmat on for right now, so we're doing good. So now, what we can do is we can put some of this enriched uranium in there, and it'll start canning that into the fuel rods and getting it ready for use of our nuclear reactor, which will be awesome. I don't know where I'm going to put it, though. Do you guys have any idea of where I should put our nuclear reactor? Because I'm a little concerned if it blows up, if you know what I mean. So we can get the fuel rods going, which is good. Definitely necessary. We can get some of that going. I'm going to get a few more of the fuel rods going in this guy. It's pretty quick with the 5 upgrades, and I did an energy storage as well, so that we don't drain out quite as fast, but we still drain out after like 6. But still, not too bad. There we go, and I'll start doing those guys as well. So I got to make sure that this uranium can go somewhere. Let's try making this containment box. So that's going to be 4 lead plates. I have all the lead that I need, I think. We'll roll them into the item casings, and then we'll just go quickly grab a chest. And I want to see how big it is. That's my concern. It's probably only going to be like 1 slot or something, and I just wasted all these resources. You know how it is. There we go, and there we go. So this is our containment box, and this guy, you know what? Oh, okay. So this is a thing that you can put on you. Oh, okay. So we pull out the uranium, and we can put it in the containment box. Now, I wonder, I assume that this is then okay to swap. Oh, very nice. Okay. That's actually pretty useful. Okay, that's good. So all that I'll do is I'll get a chest to put our containment box in, and then we should for sure be fine, right? So we'll just do that, and that can hold our uranium. I'm a big fan. Okay, I'm glad I made that now. So anyways, that is the brief section here. I'm going to make a few more of these fuel rods and whatnot and get those good to go. And we should be ready to start on our reactor. Alright, so we're just putting together all of the stuff that we need here to get our nuclear reactor from Industrial Craft. A very wonderful, wonderful block, let me tell you. We're going to need a generator, yes indeed, and we need a few basic machines from Industrial Craft. Good, that's beautiful. So these we need we need 3 reactor chambers, done. We need the dense lead plates, which I've already prepared, the generator, which we just finished, and 1 advanced circuit. I guess this is the only guy I haven't made. A couple basics and a couple intricates. Okay. 5, 6, 12. Good. Let's get these guys going. But yeah, so things are going quite well in this world overall. I'm really pleased with the progress. The one setback that I'm kind of having is the nether quarry is working good, but there's also a few problems with it. It's just not quite overly efficient, if you know what I mean. So we might have to make some changes there. Let's do a quick upgrade while we wait here for that. Good. We'll do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get all the soul sand. Might as well store it all up. And yes, I know I can void it and all that kind of stuff, but let's just store it for right now. Okay, and boom. Pretty soon we're going to need to upgrade our quartz as well. But yeah, we're starting to get a good amount of resources across the board. It's lower numbers of ores, but you have to remember each one of these are ×2. So it has been helping out. I haven't gone mining or anything like that yet, so I'm quite pleased about that. Okay, so the last thing that we needed was the intricate circuit boards and the basic capacitors. Let's make those guys quite simply. We're going to need 8 redstone chipsets total. 8 of those, good. Okay, let's make our basic capacitors ×2. Let's make our advanced circuit. Let's make our nuclear reactor. Awesome. Okay, now for the next problem. Designing a nuclear reactor. Let me get a few things together because I don't want to craft everything on screen. I'll show you guys the best way that I can anyways, and we'll go from there because you definitely need to do some research, and my way isn't even the best, but my way is pretty much maintenance free, which is sometimes that good. So pretty much maintenance free and no cost or anything like that, but it might be actually really slow. Alright, so I think I'm mostly ready to craft almost all the components here. We're going to need 20 coils. Yeah, you heard me right. Because we're going to need 10 electric motors. And those electric motors are going to go into here to give us these heat vents from Industrial Craft 2. They don't stack, so make sure your inventory is quite clear. And then from there, we're going to need to make a few upgrades. One of them is we need... Not that. We need the overclocked heat vents. And we need about 7 of these. So what we need is we need these reactor heat vents. So we need actually a little bit more copper than that. I do not have enough copper. Okay, that's fine. But we'll get these guys going anyways. Boom. Boom. That's 3, 4, 5. Very good. And the other ones that we need are the component heat vents right here with some tin plates and some iron bars. I do not have enough tin plates or copper plates at this point in time. So I need to get a few more of those up and running. Let's just do another 32, and we'll do another 64 of the tin, because I have lots of tin. There's our gold, very nice. things are progressing pretty good. We're also going to need the uranium. Oh, no. No, 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 no. Oh, dang it. I forgot all about that. It's fine. It's fine. No big deal. Good thing I have lots of health, right? We're going to need 6 uranium fuel rods. So, yeah. Keep that in mind. See, that's what happens when you play with uranium, kids. Okay? Don't do it. All right? Just don't. Trust me. All right. So, let's get this guy going. Is that enough? I don't think so. That's 5, 6, and 7. It is enough. Okay. And then these guys are all going to be surrounded by the gold to get ourselves the overclocked heat vents. Very nice block for the reactors. Very much used across the board as well. So keep that in mind. These last 3 we need to put into the component heat vents over here. So once I get the tin plates and the iron bars, we'll do that. And then we also need to make, I believe it's 2 of these guys. So I'm going to need a little bit more gold. And we're going to need all of this, tin and copper as well. So like a pretty resource intensive, let me just say. But it's all worth it. Trust me. Well, I don't know about worth it, actually. It's useful. We need iridium. We need plutonium. So, you know, it's one of those things. All right, I think we're good to go. This will give us the component heat vents. Very nice. The 3 that we require. And then the last but not least is this guy here. And we need to get ourselves the electric circuit. Just like that. That'll give us 2 of those. And then we do need the gold plates, which I completely forgot to make, didn't I? Yep, I did. Pretty sure I did. Okay, so that's 8 more gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, God. All my resources are disappearing. It's terrible. But luckily, we have a quarry doing its thing. You know, and every time I come back, there's a little bit more in here. Good to go. I like it. It's not bad. Again, there's a few... Really? Coarse dirt? Really? Really? Is that a thing? Apparently. Apparently, coarse dirt just clogged up our system. It's fine. Okay, there's our plates. We can get this guy done right now. Boom. Component heat vent. Component heat vent. Okay. So now, the only other thing that we require is our hazmat suit and the 6 uranium. And you know what? I should probably just put them in the containment box anyways, just to be safe and not sorry. Now, I'm still not positive exactly where I want to run this thing. But what I'm thinking is maybe we'll just go straight down from like right over here. You know, down into the mountain type thing. Not too far, but far enough that we're not going to get into too much trouble overall. So, let's see. Can I get down there somehow? Please? That works. Okay, good. Alright, so we can get in and not out. That's fine. Okay, so we are down here. We're good to go. So maybe just right down below this CESU. If we go straight down, are we going to hit... You know what? We have everything in our containment box. I really want to get my flight going here. So let me find a place that I want to put all of my stuff. Because you got to be careful with nuclear reactors. Let me tell you. Alright, so we dug down, we made a little caveat, and we're pretty much, you know, we need to get this thing going. We're pretty much at wrapping up point. So let's put down our nuclear reactor, just right like so. And I do want to swap out for my hazmat suit. Is there really a way that I can do this comfortably? Let's take off our jetpack. We'll swap off that, and we'll just bring it down with us. Okay, there we go. We'll just nicely progress down like so. Good, and then we can swap back to our hazmat. So what we want to do, pretty simple, we're just doing what's called a Mark 1 reactor. Nothing too crazy. It should be very straightforward as well. So we're just going to place all of our components here. And I am using a little website thing where you can design nuclear reactors. I highly recommend making sure you have a design before you go into it, because these guys, they can explode pretty bad. So make sure you are not going to blow up your entire base. All right. And then all we need to do is we'll put in our uranium rods, our fuel rods, just like so. And that guy is ready to go. So all we need to do now is get a lever and turn it on and run the cabling up to our storage. But I'm not going to turn it on yet this episode because we are at a wrapping up point. I think what we're going to do is we're going to leave that for right now, and we'll be back soon with the reactor being set up and everything good to go. Thank you for the support. So much love and support throughout on all these episodes, especially those of you that have been here since episode 1. You guys rock. And even those that just joined, so awesome. Thank you so much. Slap that like button, all that fun stuff. We'll get more into the setups here shortly. Bye-bye for now. See ya.